making a stream similar to this one almost twice a week now. It seems like crypto has been testing us, and of course it's interesting. So again, the topic of this video I think is quite self-explanatory. I mean, obviously Bitcoin right now, I'm not panicking though. I don't think anybody should panic. I think that that's also a joke, you know, a reference to all those articles and all these things out here. There's obviously going to be, every news article, everyone and their brother is going to be coming up with some opinion about the current state of affairs, but I like to focus on the facts. I think that fundamentally, and I want to look at the causes and possibly where things will be moving forward from here. So this is going to be a pretty practical stream, and I think that for everybody out there who's been struggling to come to terms with the sort of volatility aspect of these, I don't think anybody would argue that these are definitely destined to be pretty testing times as far as seeing how crypto is going to be. And it's pretty sad to see the people who've been losing heart, and I think that there's definitely something to be said about the concept of the cryptocurrency purge. I put out a basically a poll on the basically you could vote on the concept if we were thinking, this was back when Bitcoin was around $7,000, and I was asking if people thought that Bitcoin would go up or down, and it was pretty mixed, but most people thought that Bitcoin was going to go up at that point. I guess they were wrong, and you know, it's interesting, but yeah, so again, don't panic though. I mean, I'm not panicking. I mean, for those of us who've been involved with cryptocurrency for any amount of years, I mean, sure, it is a world record. I mean, a 13-month revisit back to where Bitcoin was 13 months ago, more than a year now, a year and a month, which is pretty interesting. I mean, you look at that, how it looks on the market cap, and it is a pretty dramatic downward dip right there. But hey, I mean, you know what happens is volatile movements in the chart result in volatile reactions. So we're gonna see this sort of movement by here, you know, people panicking. People are gonna panic whether I make the title of the video about referencing it or not. So for those people who get butthurt about the title, remember, I'm not your dad, but this guy right here just says it's not a great time to buy. No need to panic. It's only money. This other person, love, it gives me, this person's talking about how it's a buying opportunity, and XRP to the moon. Definitely interesting, XRP, in the way that we're going to be seeing XRP, and the way that the whole space is going to be, I'm going to say it, the paradigm shift of the cryptocurrency world. And this is representative of a lot of different things. The fact of the matter is that the age of Bitcoin is over. The time of XRP has begun in a large, I mean, the fact that XRP has been outperforming Bitcoin quite often, it does say a lot. And you know, if you're scared, get out. And time, this person says time to buy. Hey, I mean, it is trying times for people who have the balls essentially to make it in this space. So you know, like I said, people who are going to panic are going to panic. People who have done their research and see practical applications and can see into the future, imagine how crypto is going to be active. Well, I'm sure the people who are going to be all right will be all right, and the people who aren't are, you know, but whether or not it's a good time to buy right now, or if you'd want to wait a little while for the market cap, I mean, it just dropped dropped down another billion just since I started making this video. It was actually at 170. Now we're seeing it at 169. So for anybody out there who's gonna criticize the title of this video and try to tell me that it's not time to panic for plenty of people out there, I'm sure there's plenty of people who are panicking, and especially with this sort of but then again, I think that you also have to take into consideration there's not as much optimism in the cryptocurrency world. If for anybody who remembers a relatively a year ago, back when we were seeing the Bitcoin $20,000 phenomenon and the all-time highs subsequently of the market there to within and connected, people were way more disappointed when they saw things go from all-time highs to dramatic lows, and I'm sure that there were plenty of people who were feeling pretty down in the dirt around February 6th of last year. Then you have to remember it sort of shot back up, and it's a bumpy ride. I mean, there's going to be people with all sorts of different feelings. Bitcoin equals MySpace. That's funny. But yeah, I think it is interesting to see how the ecosystem of ideas has been responding accordingly with all these different things happening. It's definitely an interesting, I don't know. Let's see, Bitcoin. See what Twitter's got to say about it. Note, Bitcoin SV, BSV, deposits and withdrawals are now open. Confirmations now been temporarily set to 20. No, that's not it. Beware. All right, right here. This is what we want. Hashtag Bitcoin is getting hit today. Falling to its lowest since October 2017. Quite interesting. I mean, you look at October of 2017. So we're still not. I mean, let's see. What day is today? November 19th. So November 19th of last year, we're still not entering into what I am calling the Babylon zone of crypto, the anniversary of the day and age when we were seeing crypto at its peak, when the all-time highs of Bitcoin and all these things. I think that's when we were seeing like the most hysteria, because I would argue there's still just as many people paying attention and interacting with and being a part of the cryptocurrency community as there were back then. It's just people aren't as frantic at this day and age, because things are a lot more depressing this year than they were. Well, you really can't say that, but then again, we just lost another $1 billion off the market cap, and so what is that, $2 billion down now in the time since making this. I hope my little headline there, "Time to Panic," didn't cause a bunch of people to feel inadequate about their cryptocurrency opinions. It's just a joke, people. Remember, this video's all for entertainment. You want something professional, go somewhere else. We're just a bunch of people with computers, decentralized. Bitcoin is bloom. I am panic selling my fiat money for crypto. That's funny. Yay, Bitcoin is on sale. Your portfolio might be down if you're buying anything like crypto Twitter. Your meme bank will be filled to overload with riches. Bloody markets make for marvelous memes. 12 months ago, media outlets such as newsbitcoin.com were running low on stock images of bulls to accompany stories of BTC hitting new all-time highs. 1 year on, and its bears were short on. Thankfully, internet image boards and Telegram channels are a ripe repository of last seen in childhood cartoons, now repurposed to suit the market. We are finding ourselves in do our memes reflect the mood of the market, or do the market reflect the mood of our memes? Perhaps if we all shared our more bulls in our cryptocurrency trading groups, the good times would return. That's a really funny tweet, right? That's a funny. I'll give them a retweet. So for those of you who are just joining, we're witnessing the apocalypse. No, I'm just kidding. You know, for people out there who don't know what to think about this sort of you know, situation, it's you got to play it by ear when it comes to crypto. I mean, obviously these things aren't going to you know, the fact of the matter is it doesn't happen overnight. Yeah, I think I just saw a good comment on there. Bad actors leaving. Other people are saying buy the dip. You know, it's always the same stuff, because it's gonna, the fact of the matter is this isn't the end. I mean, it never is. I mean, it's just gonna get, I mean, the next day, the next hour. The fact of the matter is crypto is 24-hour a day, 7-day a week thing on a global scale, and everybody's got something. Everybody's got an opinion, and they all smell, you know. So I mean, so just looking at these different the way that these different articles have been perceiving, I mean, Bitcoin skids to 13-month low, nearing $5,000. And I remember hearing people say Bitcoin's bottom was $5,000, that we were going to hit 5K eventually. And now the way that things are looking, we'll probably hit 4,900 within a few hours if things continue to go this. But I doubt it. I mean, eventually, who knows? Now maybe we'll start to see the $3,000 Bitcoin come back. Maybe we'll even get to see the $2,000 Bitcoin come back, which, quite frankly, I'd be pretty happy to see that. I mean, if Bitcoin dropped down to $2,000, you know how crazy that would be. I mean, if you imagine, I mean, I'm sure John McCafe is buying up all the Bitcoin that he can get. You know, this crazy bastard. He probably still thinks that this dude's. Remember the thing that this guy was saying. What would happen? Imagine if Bitcoin's worth $1,000 when his deadline for his predictions come around. That would be a hoot. But yeah, it is interesting to see. Why does the press hate me? I can't count the fucking stories that characterize me as destructive. John McCafe, everybody. He's a great celebrity. You know, could we get a 1 in the chat if you guys are fans of John McCafe? And if you're not a fan of him, put a 2 in the chat. Thank you very much. I just want to do a quick poll with everybody here. So yeah, I mean, which cryptos are going to rise? We got a 1 for John. So you like him? I mean, I like him. I'll put a 1 in the chat. Well, yeah, he's a 1.5. All right, I hear you. TRX to the moon. So do you guys? So what's your opinion, relatively speaking, about where we could be seeing crypto moving from here? Because I mean, I'm looking at these different news articles, and cryptocurrency is a big deal but needs institutional investment, says KPMG report from Cointelegraph, a freaking news article from 2 hours ago, hopping on the bandwagon of you know, pretty much doing the same thing I am with this title here. You know, where the clickbait is concerned. I think that it's always good to parody the news outlets and so forth with clickbait articles of our own. Keep them on their toes and so forth, because I think it's funny. More people probably watch my videos than pay attention to like what a lot of these mainstream outlets have to say about cryptocurrency, just because YouTube is such a bigger platform. I mean, YouTube is one of the biggest platforms on the website. So if you are, say, the most subscribed YouTube channel of cryptocurrency is probably has like 300,000 subscribers. So this channel actually just reached 23,000 subscribers. So you think about it, there's probably only about let's say 200 cryptocurrency YouTubers, and then they're all ranking from they're all YouTubers who are under 300K subscribers. So it is interesting to see so if any of you out there are watching this, are interested in cryptocurrency and want to be a cryptocurrency YouTuber, it's not that hard. The space is still pretty open. It's not something like gaming, whereas there's the most subscribed gamer has like 5 billion subscribers or whatever. But yeah, cryptocurrency entertainment is still very big opportunity for anybody out there who's smart and really cares about learning about these different things, which is why I think that it's really important to give a platform to people who are going to be talking about logical things in this space and really sharing good information. But what I find interesting right now is that Bitcoin dominance, even though in the light of this sort of hit that we took today, Bitcoin dominance still remains at 52.9% now. I know a lot of people out there would argue that basically to the concept of there being a really status quo in the cryptocurrency space, and how cryptocurrency collapse is hurting Nvidia. Let's look at this. Well, it is far from the only company releasing disposing third quarter results. Chip and graphics card manufacturer represents an acute shift in the industry. According to a report by CNBC, the chip market saw its stock fall by nearly 20% from Thursday to Friday following the release of its physical third quarter report. This marks an important chapter in the company's story after its fortune was made in part by increased demands over the past 2 years for graphics cards used to power cryptocurrency mining rigs. However, the digital cryptocurrency industry of late 2018 is far removed from that of 2 years ago, let alone earlier this year. How has the decline of the cryptocurrency space in recent months contributed to Nvidia's trouble than that of other chip markets? Revenue off the mark. So this is an interesting little thing to just see how these different industries and so forth have been influenced by these different. So this person right here predicts 5,019 and going down. Is that where we are right now? 5,118, 5,107. Huh. 5,088. Who wants to watch Titanic? I always watch Titanic in times like these. Hold on one second, you guys. All right. So yeah, it is interesting. And I mean, I guess this is a good time to talk about problems with Bitcoin, and maybe brainstorm with potential solutions that perhaps could come to the forefront relatively soon. In particular, I think that this is a good opportunity to talk about Cardano. I think that also on top of that, DigiByte, because this could mark, I mean, DigiByte got hit pretty hard by this. I mean, they've recently dropped below 2 cents, and now they're really dropping below 2 cents. But you know, then again, no, I'm not your dad, so don't call me your dad. 5,015 on Coinbase, 5,067 over here. Yeah, but Bitcoin declined as much as 7%. Ethereum tumbled as much as 12%. Litecoin fell as much as 13%. The great crypto Game of Thrones battle is in full effect. BTC doesn't just represent a digital currency, it represents freedom, blah, blah, blah. Bitcoin skids to a 13-year month low, nearing 5,000. This is all relative, you guys. This is all, I mean, I think anybody could have predicted that this was going to be in full swing relatively soon. You believe in ADA. I think that the age of the altcoins could certainly rise from the ashes of you know, all these different things that we're seeing happening. Then of course, I mean, they're all subsequently connected at the hip, and together we are educating the world about Bitcoin and open blockchains. So I mean, I still believe in blockchain. I mean, for anybody who's interested in what my opinion is, I mean, I'd say blockchain is not going anywhere. I mean, whether or not today or tomorrow, I mean, those support levels for 4,970, 4,500, 4,120, 1,003. If it hits 1,337 or 420, I'm buying some Bitcoin at $1,000. Like, I'll definitely pick up a full Bitcoin just to have one in my pocket. And then if it goes to zero, or well, if it really cannot go to zero, I think it's physically impossible for it to actually go to zero. But I'm pretty sure. However, I mean, when it gets really down there, I'm gonna be really scooping up bags of Bitcoin, and I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I think it's just important to close on blockchain. Just broke to 4,983 on COIN. Wall Street Journal says there's vulnerability in BTC, won't exit by end of the year. Have to agree right now. The trigger for a bull run with what XRP can do now, 2018. XRP has been given the mantle to push forward and pull all the other sinking ships with it. What's going on, Dad? You know, not much. Just watching the Titanic. You know. Any reason it's going down? You know, we've been speculating. It's a good question. This was all predicted by Canfield 3 to 4 weeks ago. yeah, but a lot of people have been a lot of people just have been talking about basically how we could be seeing something similar to this. It's not hard to see coming. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you could tell it's a move for the establishment to take over, in a sense. I mean, obviously, cryptocurrency isn't just going to go to the moon. They're going to try and shake off all the weak hands and bad actors and all these different things. But I think it's a good purge. 30 Bitcoin investment scheme victims report. Bitcoin sinks to new. Yeah, it is interesting how at a certain point when these things happen, there's BTC new support level roughly around 4,200. Latest. Yeah, I mean, what's happened lately with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, that's definitely something to take into consideration as far as where this is going to be going, but hard shakeout right now. So yeah, we recently reached 23,000 subscribers on the channel, so that's a good thing. If any of you want to be if any of you want me to be your dad, then subscribe to the channel. And these are all 23,000 of my children. If you're not subscribed to the channel, then you're disowned from the family. But if you subscribe to the channel, then then the prodigal son returns, as they say. So that's a open family invitation. See, we just got a new subscriber right there. Yeah, there's another one. Haha. So yes, it works. Ask and you shall receive. Can we get another subscriber? Somebody got 2 accounts. Log into another account, another tab. Maybe we can at least get my numbers to go up. And even in these depressing times of Bitcoin, maybe we can make my day. Come on, is it Father's Day? I'm just kidding. I don't care. This is YouTube. All these things. It's just a number. All that being said, what matters is the information. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's what people say. I just upped to 2310. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. All the we have a good somebody just downed us to there we go. Yeah, we're rocking back and forth now. Teetering and tottering. But yeah, the only number that really matters is global debt. And this is the number right here. Because when we're living in the Mad Max world, we're all gonna wish that we had some food stored up. But yeah, this is the number right here. Forget about Bitcoin. The global debt clock. There's all different stuff you could say about that. You could pretty much make any point by bringing up the global debt clock. But wow, we just almost lost another billion. I wonder if it's gonna is a crypto did. I'll take that. So who wants to be a moderator? I'm gonna start making people moderators. So press 1 in the chat if you want to be made into a moderator. Let's see if we can get Hi, son. Oh, you guys all want to be mods? Oh yeah, we got new moderators. See, we're gonna decentralize the power of the moderator, and by making everybody a moderator, we will naturally have good behavior. You want to be a regulator? Regulators. That's what I'm gonna start calling my fans. You're my regulators. You know, like Billy the Kid. the regulators. The regulators. Regulators. You guys ever see that movie? All right, I'm getting to you guys. I'm making everybody a mod. Oh wait, you're already a mod. Add moderator. Regulators. Everybody's a mod. You know, just because I'm sure you guys are having a tough day with moderator. So does anybody else want to be a moderator? Quantum resonance frequencies. That's a great username. What kind of stuff are you putting up on a channel with a name like that? All right, I'll subscribe. Everybody go and subscribe to Quantum Resonance Frequencies. Oh, this guy, you want to be a mod too? We got a one. Add moderator. There you go. Oh wow, if you're a moderator, then you can post 1G regulate with lyric. That's the theme song right there. I like that. Quantum resonance frequencies. This guy, you gotta start uploading some videos, friend.
We work for Mr. Tunstall as regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. Mr. Tunstall's got a soft spot for runaways, derelicts, vagrant types. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean, regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. As regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. Mr. Tunstall's got a soft spot for as regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. Work for Mr. Tunstall as regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn...
You guys hear that? Moderators moderate the moderators. So now, what are we gonna regulate? Regulators. And so everybody who's been turned into a regulator on this chat, so now when we have future live streams, you guys can all know who's a regulator and who's not, because I'm not just gonna make anybody a regulator. Only people who've been here with us, you know, who's like a OG fan of the show. Subscribe crypto is over from Sean. That's a weird thing to say. I mean, crypto is kind of always over. I'll subscribe to you. There you go, buddy. Regulators. Now, today is a very special day. Today is a day when we're all going to be tested to see if we like Thanksgiving or not. You know, it's not the rubber band stretching, get ready for takeoff. I like that. Regulators. Yeah, but overall, I mean, looking at the crypto space, I mean, how much more do you want, and what more do you want to hear me say? I mean, 68, 886. Yeah, no problem, buddy. 5,090. Yeah, the stock market crashes many times. The crypto market does so as well, so. And the world keeps spinning. You know, there's this funny story about this guy who lost all of his money in the stock market back in like the stock market crash, and then he went home and had the first good night's sleep since he said that he made his millions. And I think that that's really funny. Well, I mean, that's really telling, because it sort of shows you how much money really takes a lot out of you, and, you know, weighs you down. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, animals don't pay any money to live on Earth. So when you think about it, you shouldn't let your system and your mind be hijacked by all these different things that attempt to you know, make you feel certain ways. But, you know, all that being said, I hope that you guys have had fun you know, with this live stream. You know, I definitely did, and I think that you know, it's interesting to see how all these different things have been, you know, compiling and so forth. But regulators, that's about it for today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.